Sheepshead are by far one of my all-time favorite wintertime species to target here along Florida's northern Gulf Coast. It's something that I look forward to all summer long. That's a stud. That's a stud. That's a good sheepshead right there. That's probably 18, 19-inch fish. But that's not to say that they don't come without their challenges. These fish are notorious for being finicky and sometimes just downright frustrating to target, oftentimes breaking you off on structure.
Dang it, man.
Damn. Stealing your bait.
Got me.
Or just not wanting to eat at all. On this trip, I spent nearly 12 hours straight sitting in my kayak trying everything that I could just to get one of these fish to bite. And while most of the day ended up looking like it was going to be a bust, in the end persistence paid off and I managed to catch not only one of these fish,
got him,
but an entire Florida limit. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I did it.
All right guys, good morning. It's the end of November right now, just after Thanksgiving. We're finally having one of our first major cold fronts of the year. We're down into the mid-30s this morning, so it's nice and chilly. We're still in what I kind of consider to be early season, or at least the end of early season, where the sheepshead are still going to be up further into the bays on shallower structure. As we start getting into the next month or so, really pressing towards winter when things really start cooling down, that's when we'll start seeing these fish pushing out into the deeper water bays. You'll start finding them more consistently on places like 3 Mile Bridge. But I picked this bridge today because this one is just generally shallower. The average depth on this one's only like between 10 and 12 feet. A little bit further up the bay, but still close enough to the pass that we should still have some pretty good salinity levels, lots of salt water coming in and out of here as the tides rise and fall. So I think we should be able to do pretty good here today, guys. We're gonna give it a try. Coming out here right as that sun's coming over the horizon. Give it a good couple hours here, and hopefully we can pull up a few fish today. Should be good, guys.
So let's just cut to the chase here because pretty much the entire morning looked exactly like this. We didn't catch a damn thing, even though I knew for a fact that this bridge was loaded with sheepshead. So what do you do in a situation like this where you have a bridge full of fish, but none of them are willing to bite? Let's fast forward a little bit, and I'm going to show you a bait that in this particular situation made all the difference and turned a potential skunk into one of the best sheepshead days that I've had in a long time.
No, this is a big one. This is a big one.
That is sheepshead number 7.
Got him.
Number 2.
Gotcha.
I wasn't expecting him to be that big. He wasn't really fighting as hard as the other ones were. Got him. God, that's a big sheepshead. Nice sheepshead right there. So all morning I'd been using fiddler crabs as bait, and while these generally work quite well, some days and in some situations, fiddlers may not actually be the best bait to use despite what you've been led to believe. Matching the fish's natural bait options for every specific location can be crucial for getting those fish to eat. On this day and in this particular spot, if we take a look at the bridge piling structure, we can see a ton of mussels mixed in with the barnacles, and these mussels ended up being the key bait to getting these sheepshead to eat. It's still pretty early in the season and there aren't a ton of oysters on the structure yet, meaning that these mussels are what those fish are keyed in on and eating most of out there in their natural environment. And once I made that realization, that's when things started turning around.
I think big mark, huge mark, about 10 feet down. There's one. Nope. Get up here. Nope. Get up here. Got him. Got him. Finally, first fish of the day, guys. Only took about 5 hours, eh? Nice one, too. We'll take that. I knew he was down there. Saw him on the fish finder. Got him on that mussel. There we go. I got that fish on that bird of prey, 1/2 ounce sheepshead jig. This is kind of a dark bronzish color. And what I'm trying to do with this is I'm trying to match the color of those mussels that are on the piling. So I'm putting clusters of mussels on there And the goal is for this to look like just another mussel. There we go, guys. There we go, guys. Nice sheepshead to start the day, man. He's probably getting close to maybe like 19, 20, something like that. That's a good size sheepshead. These are our total length fish. So yeah, we're looking right about 19 and a half, almost 20 inches, somewhere right in there. That is awesome. Heck yeah, dude. All right, buddy. Thanks for playing. Coming home for dinner. Awesome. Finally putting together some kind of pattern here and figuring out what they want to do today. It might turn out to be a good day. Let's see if we can get a few more. So what I'm doing, these are those little mussels. We're collecting those just individually. It's awesome if you can get clusters of them and you can kind of single out the bigger size ones. And then what I'm doing is I'm taking the back part where the hinge is, where that mussel is, and I am forcing the hook right between the two halves of the shell into that mussel, and then I flip it around, run the hook all the way through, and poke just the barb right out the front like that. You can do that same thing if you're doing like 2 or 3 smaller ones. Just run them kind of daisy chained right up the shank of the hook and try to hide that hook inside that mussel. There he is. There he is. Yep, they are keyed in on mussels right now, man. All right, this is only 15 pound. Yeah, he came off. Dang it, man. He didn't break me off. Just got crappy hooks on him. That's the joy of sheepshead fishing, is no matter how much you think you got them down, man, these fish are so freaking tricky sometimes. Gotcha that time. Let's just hope the hook stuck. Swam out for me. Let me recover this line before he gets in the structure. Come here. Come here, dude. Come here. All right. I got him out. I'm going to give him just a little bit of drag. It's another nice one. All right. Number 2. I think that's the last one that we're gonna keep today. The rest are gonna be just for fun. God, it feels so good when you've had a tough day and you finally get that bite figured out. Got him on that bird of prey, 1/2 ounce knocker jig right in the corner of the mouth. Best sheepshead jigs on the market, guys. I'll have a link down in the description for you. Go check those out. Beautiful sheepshead. I'm gonna measure him real quick just to see, but I'm gonna guess probably like 17 and a half, maybe 18. He's not as big as that first one we got, but that's a nice fish, man. Especially after struggling out here all day. It's always such a good feeling when you get that bite figured out. All right, guys, we're finally finding some kind of bite out here today. It's taken all day, but it's finally starting to happen, and that's really what it comes down to, man. A lot of it's persistence, just sticking with it, staying positive, staying motivated. I've had a lot of days like this where you have to put in the time, cycle through baits, try different things. Another big part of sheepshead fishing is gonna be chumming. If you're having trouble getting onto a bite, even if you have fiddler crabs or oysters or, you know, the best possible baits, if you're not getting bites, a lot of that can have to do with you need to start chumming, scrape some of that stuff into the water, get it all chummed up, and that'll get those sheepshead super fired up. And if sheepshead aren't necessarily in the area, maybe they're on like the next piling over, a lot of times that'll start kind of calling them in and get them fired up so you can start catching them. Water temperature today, right now, sitting at 57.67 degrees. This morning when we got out here, it was reading about 54 surface temperature, so much colder today. So I got a couple of those mussels rigged back up on there. Let's drop that back down and see if these fish are still fired up, because I was getting a lot of little nibbles before we got that fish just a second ago. Oh, that was an eat. I think he took our bait. I broke this front one open just a little bit when I put it on there, but I'm gonna take my pliers and give it just a little crack. Let some of that scent and juice out into the water. Oh, damn. Got me. Like I said, guys, lots of trial and error with this type of fishing. It just is what it is.
sheepshead fishing can be quite tedious, but it is quite rewarding too. It's a lot of fun when you successfully pull one of these things off the structure. It's one of my favorite kinds of fishing to do in the wintertime here. Gotcha that time. Ah, you ain't going nowhere. Get back over here. All right. Use my pedals to get him out of the structure here. I'm gonna give him just a little bit of drag now that we're free of the pilings. It's another nice one. Another nice one. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, dude. Another nice sheepshead here. Heck yeah, dude. Another nice sheepshead. I think this one's gonna go back. That's a good one. He's probably like a 19-inch fish, but I already got the 2 in the cooler. Yeah, that's a nice one right there. He's probably 19 all day long, man. Bird of prey sheepshead jig again, man. These things are killer jigs. All right, guys. There you go. A little look at that sheepshead we just caught. That's another nice one. All 3 of the ones we pulled up today have been probably about 18, 19 inches. All right, we're gonna put this giant mussel on. Perfect bait size mussel. Bust the end open to get all that scent out. Let's get our last fish here, guys. I'm gonna get one more. See if we can make it an even 4. Kind of weird, man. It almost seems like I was getting bites, more bites on the smaller mussels. As soon as I started doing these big ones, it's like the fish are kind of shying away from them. I'm gonna try to open this one up though, so it's like all exposed. See if that'll get their attention. There we go. There we go. Nope. Tie him up on him. Get him out. Get him out. Come on. Come on. I know this line's probably starting to get frayed up because I haven't switched my leader on any of the fish that we've caught so far today. Yeah, it's another good one. Let's use my drive to back him off the structure here. Gotcha. Heck yeah. Such a cool fish, man. They got that goofy human looking mouth with those big chompers on there. That's what they're using to scrape all the stuff off the pilings. Sweet, man. Such a cool fish. Got that one right in the front of the mouth there, right in the top lip on that bird of prey jig. Let's let that guy go. I was planning on calling it a day after number 4 there, but I still got a couple of these pretty good sized mussels in here, so why don't we go ahead and run through these, just use them up, see if we can get one more fish. It's always one more fish. That's the thing about when you get as addicted to fishing as I am, is it's always just one more fish. Oh man, nothing puts a smile on my face like that. This one's being kind to me too. He ran straight out from the structure. They don't normally do that. This one might be a puppy drum actually, because drum do usually do that.
Oh, dang, it's a stud sheepshead. Come here, bud. I wasn't expecting him to be that big. He wasn't really fighting as hard as the other ones were. Got him. God, that's a big sheepshead. Sometimes that one more drop gives you one of the nicest fish that you've caught all day, man. That's a stud. He is gonna definitely go probably 20. Got that bird of prey jig just absolutely buried right in the top of his mouth, man. Right between those hard teeth, he was not going anywhere. Perfect hook set on that fish. All right, let's get a quick measure on this fish here. I'm gonna say 20. I hope he's 20. Oh yeah, 20 all day, man. That's a 20.5-inch sheepshead right there. Biggest one we got today. It's the biggest one I caught in a while, man. Since last year, at least. Yeah, dude, that's a freaking unit. On the last drop. I mean, come on, let's be real, guys. That can't be the last drop. We caught a fish this nice. The rules say that if you catch a fish this nice on the last drop, you get a complimentary one more drop. So there's the last look at him for you guys. Let's put that fish back in the water. A couple more of our little mussels on there. Let's get back on this piling and see if we can get our complimentary one more fish. Got to reward ourselves for such a good catch on that last one. That's why I love Nestle Crunch. That's probably the smallest one that we've got today. I'm not even gonna net that one. Still a nice eater size though. Actually, real nice eater size fish. If I was in the market for one more, I think that'd probably be the one right there. He's maybe like 17 and a half inches or something like that. But dude, what a pretty fish. All these fish today too have been caught on the same. Oh, Jesus. He's got that thing lodged so deep in there. That's right where you want to hook him. On a sheepshead, hooking him in the corner of the mouth works fine, but it's a little softer. But if you can hook him right in those bony teeth, right in the middle of him, that hook is not going anywhere. There we go. Got him. All right, buddy. Sorry for your botched dental visit. Thanks for the bite, though. Hopefully this video helped you guys out, just kind of breaking down the way that I go about overcoming a tough bite. Sheepshead are a tricky fish. Even when you've been sheepshead fishing as much as I have, they're tough, man. You think you got them figured out one day, and then the next day they're something completely different. So you just got to stick with it. Try to stay positive. Have fun with yourself. I've had fun out here today, though. I'm glad I stuck it out. Sometimes sticking it out sucks. Sometimes it's not worth it. You stick it out, spend all day sitting in the kayak, your back hurts, pissed off, and you go home skunked. You don't end up catching anything. But some days, like today, it turns out to be worth it. No, this is a big one. This is a big one. Get out. I'm gonna have to horse him. Oh, please don't break my leader. Please don't break my leader. This is a big one. Come on. I think we got him out. Oh, God. Oh yeah, we got him out. I'm gonna keep backing up though, because I'd like to get far enough away from the piling where I feel comfortable giving him enough drag that he doesn't break my leader. It's 15-pound test. I don't like going much heavier than that. I was trying 20 earlier, was not getting bit at all. But 15 is still fairly light when you're fishing around heavy structure like this. All right, we got him on the leader. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Oh yeah, that's a big one. That's a big sheepshead. I don't think he's as big as that almost 21 we got, but he's a big sheepshead. Bang, there we go. God dang, he's a slab though. Look how fat that fish is. That is a fat sheepshead. Dude, that is awesome. Nice sheepshead right there. I'm gonna say probably 20 on that one. I don't think he's quite 21. Actually, he is, let's see, 20 and a half. He's about the same size as that. Yeah, about 20 and a half. He's about the same size as that one that we got a little while ago. Good size sheepshead. All right, big guy. Thank you so much. All right, guys, I think that's gonna be just about it for this video. Not a bad day. I'm stoked that I decided to stay and stick it out. Obviously, the theme with this video is helping you guys overcome having a bad day sheepshead fishing and turn that bad day into a good day. These fish can be real tricky to target, like you guys just saw. I mean, it's been quite a while since I've done a sunrise to sunset on sheepshead, which is what we just did today. We've been out here all day. Sometimes that's what it takes, man. Only within these last couple hours or so is when that bite finally started picking up. The big conditional change that I noticed was that incoming tide really started flooding in. So we went from just like mostly still water with really nothing going on to having a lot of current pushing past these pilings. And that's when they really seem to start firing up. And then the other thing that I'll touch on for this video is bait. Most of the morning when Chris and Levi were here, we were all throwing fiddler crabs. We weren't getting any bites on those. In fact, we didn't catch a single fish on fiddler crabs today. So that just goes to show that even though fiddler crabs is like the classic sheepshead bait that everyone recommends, everyone uses, sometimes it's not the right one. The big thing I'm noticing looking at these pilings, if you guys take a close look at them, is that there's a lot of barnacles, but there's a lot of mussels. The one thing we don't have right now is oysters. It's not quite cold enough for those oysters to start forming yet. But specifically on this bridge where we have a lot of mussels, those are going to be the main food source for these sheepshead. So as soon as we switched over to mussels, started breaking them open and kind of figuring out the groove with those conditional changes as that tide started coming in, that's when those fish really started eating. So, you know, final thoughts, if you're having trouble sheepshead fishing, one, be persistent, stay motivated, stay in a good mood. Sometimes you have to stick it out, look for those conditional changes. If something's not working, switch it up, try something else, lighter leader, different style rig, different weight size, try fishing different spots on the piling, and specifically try different baits. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know down below in the comments. Any questions you have, I can answer down there. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, make sure you do that. That way you don't miss out on future content. I do have a How to Catch Sheepshead series that I'm currently working on. The first 2 episodes are out focusing on tackle and bait. So go check those out. They'll be linked in the description as well as everything that we used in this video. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you on the next one.